Nowadays, the United States minimum voting age is 18. According to an article called "Just Which State Ratified the 26th Amendment" in constitutioncenter.org in June 2017, after the 26th Amendment proposed with some statements such as the right of citizens of the United States who are 18 years of age or older to vote shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of age. The minimum voting age was changed from 21 to 18. In addition, according to the 26th Amendment uploaded at history.com in February 16, 2010, it reviews the situation at that time like this. Although the minimum age for some military authorities to be able to draft into the army was 18, however, the legal age to vote was 21. Therefore, there were many young soldiers who were able to take part in the national political process just simply because their age was below 21, even if they are losing their lives for the United States of America. Several protests had taken place from state to state against this case. After the 26th Amendment became the law, the legal age to vote is fixed to 18. Additionally, according to Parkland student Show Why 16-Year-Olds Should Be Able to Vote, written by Joshua Douglas at CNN.com on February 2018, after happening terrible shooting at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School at Parkland, Florida, the demand to decrease the minimum voting age to 16 to or 17-year-old gets much stronger. Also, Hannah Miao, who has contributed "Young Voters Helped Propel Biden to a Victory." Now they are pushing for a more progressive Democratic Party on CNBC.com on November this year. She stated, "The major traitor that makes Joe Biden win the 2020 election is the voters between the ages of 18 and 29. With this tremendous case, the public opinion standing up for lowering voting age to 16 is getting very popular to propose various progressive policies. However, I'm sure the current minimum age to vote, which is 18, has never reduced to 16 or 17. The reason is that, first, according to the vast majority of opinion polls, it's clear most of the Americans of all ages are opposing to giving the right to vote to voters whose ages are below 18. Second, almost 77% of teenagers are ranked low scores on the National Assessment of Educational Progress test of civics, knowledge, and experience. They might get some chance to invite the polling place to decide some important bills. Third, the 16 to 17 age group is still immature to vote because of neuroscientific reason. Now, let me elaborate that by adding more details. Most of Americans of all ages agree that 16 to 17 years old should not be granted the right to vote. According to poll, Americans overwhelmingly reject lowering voting age to 16. At the Hill.com, Hill Harris X poll found almost 84% of registered voters stick with the opposition to lowering the voting age to 16 in 2019. The 39% of the age group under 35 was at best the largest group supporting this new proposal. According to the other article called "A New Bill is being proposed in DC that would lower voting age to 16" on April 10, 2018 at WJLA.com, a Twitter poll by WJLA, which is the ABC News affiliate in Washington, D.C., found 77% of the local voters opposed to this type of bill, and only 18% of them supported for this one. According to the another one, bill lowering voting age to 16 proposed in DC on April 18 at mynbc15.com, the local NBC News affiliate did a similar poll that 83% of voters were against lowering voting age to 16. So consequently, based on these data, I would say the vast majority of Americans of all ages agree with the current minimum voting ages. In addition, most of them expressed opposite opinion about lowering to 16 to 17. Now that I've explained most of American voters are still opposing to this new bill, let me turn to my second main point. It's apprehended most of teenage group who is having low grade on the test of civics knowledge and skills, and also getting low level of political intelligence and experience might largely gather to the voting poll. According to the National Assessment of Educational Progress, which is published the result of 2014 civic assessment on nation's reportcard.gov, only 23% of students scored proficient level on the test of civics knowledge and skills. According to David Davenport, who has written the article called Proposition 18, Should 17-year-olds Be Allowed to Vote? On November 2020 from hoover.org, he stated most of 16 to 17 years old students just need to digest the short curriculum of civics education at their high schools before they've got freedom to vote and participate in various political processes. Additionally, he said the horses, such as civics education, has to be placed in front of the cart called civic engagement. He has repeatedly stated this order must never be changed. With these kinds of data, I can say the age group between 16 to 17 has many insufficient parts in terms of political knowledge before making important and reasonable political decision. Especially for political education in the United States, it's urgent to introduce much better quality and long-term courses of civic knowledge and skills in school curriculum. Now that I've explained the serious concern that majority of teenage group who has low level of political knowledge might swarm in a lot of political processes, let me turn to my third main point. The 16 to 17 age group are immature to become voters, not only on the intellectual side, but also in a biological perspective. According to Robert Transinski, who released Why It Is Time to Raise the Voting Age Back to 21 on November 19, 2020 from thefederalist.com, most of 16 to 17 years old group have low attention to politics, low level of political knowledge, lack of experience related to elections. Tak-Win Chang, who is a well-known social scientist, and Matthew Clayton, who is a renowned doctor of philosophy, explained the political immaturity of its group in a neuroscientific perspective. Here's what they stated. Research in neuroscience said in human brain there is a prefrontal cortex. It plays an important role when the person is trying to do very careful consideration and think about several expected conditions and lastly make a final decision. The prefrontal cortex of 16 to 17 years old age group is still in the process of ongoing major construction and development. It means when these type of age group has to make very important political decision, they are more likely to make immature level of decision in terms of biological factor. In summary, today you have learned why the voting age should not be lowered to 16 to 17. First, according to recent statistic data from several opinion polls like Hill Harris X poll, Twitter poll by WJLA, and local NBC News affiliate, the most part of Americans of all ages are opposing lowering the voting age to 16. Second, on the test of National Assessment of Educational Progress, especially civics knowledge and skills test, approximately 77% of students have got low level of scores. If they've got the freedom to vote, it might lead to some unreasonable or undesirable political consensus. Third, the age group below 18 has a still immature factor to participate in important elections, especially in terms of the growth of prefrontal cortex inside of their brain, which is clear in the scientific reason. First of all, the minimum age to drink is 21. The minimum age to join the army without parental consent or just to go inside the jury room or to just get a single credit card is 18. I believe getting right to vote is never less important than these things, because the right to vote always comes with great and serious responsibility for deciding the future of this nation. Therefore, we should remember lowering the voting age to 16 is not the best alternative solution for many young voters to participate into many political processes.